Hey everyone. Today I wanted to show you something interesting, because recently I bought myself an Anbernic RG40XXV, and of course I started testing this gadget. This handheld console surprised me. I remind you, it was released a year ago. There would be nothing special about it, but I often play on my already aging Anbernic RG40XXV, which is already 3 years old, and I know what it is capable of. That's why I decided to share this knowledge with you. So now, I will remind you of the technical specifications of both devices. It is clear that 353 has an advantage over 40. It may not be huge, but it is obvious. 353 has a better CPU, GPU. It is simply a more powerful device. How to best test performance? Of course, on a system that is the peak of possibility for a given device. And for these stars, that is PSP emulation. It so happens that I have an old good PSP, in quite decent condition. I love this console. True nostalgia. That's why I will be even more eager to test games from my PSP on Anbernic consoles. Therefore, for a good start, God of War. Let's see how today's stars handle it. Okay, let's start with the blue one, which is 353. Show what you got, little guy. Alright, this doesn't look good. Unpleasant playing. Works poorly, speed drops and stuttering. In my opinion, it is not playable. Pity. Alright, enough. Let's see how 40 handles it. It looks a bit better. It's not much faster, but fast enough to be playable. Without those speed drops like on the 353. It's stable. I think I can say you can play it. Alright, that's enough for now. Let's check the settings, so that I know one can say that I'm cheating. Full screen field changes nothing. The settings are the same. These consoles just work that way. The first signs of questioning are starting to appear. How is this possible? Interesting, and at the same time strange. The next game is Ghosts and Goblins. A tough game, but really fun and very satisfying. I warn you, I'm really thin at this game, like a spider's pee. Let's see how it goes this time. The last one was 353, so now it'll be 40. It looks really good. Runs smoothly and steadily. Feels good and plays well. You can really enjoy the game. The game is fun to play. Alright, that's enough. Time for 353. The same feelings. It's fun to play. Stable and good. It's enjoyable to play. Okay, I won't show the settings anymore, but believe me, they are the same. A good time for something everyone knows and loves. Tekken. We start with 353. The game looks good and works well. Smooth and steady. The game is fun to play. No drops in speed. Time for a change. Just like on the 353, smooth and easy. Good experience playing. You can enjoy the game. stable and fast. Alright, that's enough. Now something a bit harder to emulate, Metal Gear Solid. Let's see how this one goes. Let's roll with 40. It looks fine. Maybe the FPS isn't amazing, but it's stable, and there are no speed drops. I have to say, the game is fun to play, and you forget that suddenly it's around 20 frames. I like it, and on top of that, the game looks awesome. Alright, time for 353. Very similar feelings. The game plays well even at 20 FPS. Just like before, it looks great and is fun to play. Recommend it. Okay, that's enough. At the end, I'll show you Puzzle Quest. It's not a demanding game in terms of hardware, but it's great, and that's why I wanted to show it to you. You can probably guess that it runs great on these devices. Alright, let's go with 353. Of course, the game runs great, looks awesome, and is really fun to play. Once you get into it, you'll get totally hooked. Sometimes when I start playing, I just can't stop. There's a lot of randomness, and sometimes you just want to scream if the opponent gets a bit more luck. But it's totally worth it. Really great game. Okay, show what you can do 40. It couldn't have been any other way. Same awesome experience playing, great fun. I love it. Okay, enough of that. I think these few titles are enough to get my point across. If you want me to test any specific titles on these consoles, feel free to comment. I'd be happy to check something out for you. Okay, I'll sum it all up in a second. Alright, time to sum up. A certain conclusion already suggests itself. The point is that the Anbernic RG40XXV keeps up with the Anbernic RG353M, even though it is theoretically a weaker device. That's why I recommend this little console. Not only because of its performance, it also has other advantages, but it's not perfect. If you want, I can prepare a totally subjective review of this console, but I doubt it because there are plenty of reviews online. I'll tell you a secret. I don't agree with all of them. The 40 is cheap. I personally got it on AliExpress for about $55. At that price, it's a blast. Where am I going with this? Basically, I'm disappointed with the 353 because it should be a faster device, but as we all saw, it isn't. Moreover, the 353 heats up unbearably, while the 40 doesn't mind at all. I didn't even feel it was slightly warm. I can't understand why God of War performs so poorly on the 353. A great title, but it's unplayable, unfortunately. Does this only apply to my unit? Do you have the same experience? Please let us know in the comments, because this is an interesting situation. If you want me to compare any specific titles, let me know. I have lots of ideas for more videos. For example, I can show you what games currently look like on a original PSP versus emulation on Anbernic consoles. I can compare the PSP with one weaker and one stronger Anbernic console to see how PSP games can look when you spice them up a bit. I can show you the differences in the same titles from the PSP version compared to PS2. I still don't know what to pick myself. Unless you want a comparison to a classic, like the Maya Mini Plus, let me know in the comments. Alright, it's time to say goodbye slowly. Thank you for watching my video, and if you liked it, subscribe to my channel. If you didn't like it, subscribe to my channel, and if it was a disaster, subscribe to my channel and give it a like. Thanks a lot, take care, and cheers.